KatrinasCreations. This is episode 197, 3 away from hitting 200. We will be doing a giveaway. There will be an announcement in 2 weeks on episode 199. That will be when I announce a giveaway for episode 200. So stick around so you don't miss out. Now let's get started with finished objects. I have a couple. First off, I did a little sewing. I added this drawstring bag, and here is what the inside looks like. So I made that bag first, I think, and then I made this bag, or vice versa. I don't remember which order, but anyway, then I made this one, and the inside of it, I actually like the inside better than this one. They're reversible, so there is no inside or outside. It's whatever you want it to be. So let me flip it around. I like the embroidered flowers. And this is kind of like a faux suede, like a microfiber or something. So, yeah. So I made 2 of those this week. So those are in my Etsy shop, as well as some other project bags, and the links are down below if you're interested. Then, now this is a project I finished a while back. I wrote the pattern, and then I forgot to publish it. So I got the pattern published this past week, and this was made with my yarn advent calendar from last year. It is 4 different patterns that you repeat 6 times. So you have 24 little teeny skeins of yarn, and it makes an infinity scarf, and this is what it looks like when it's wound around. I can actually wind it around 3 times if I want to choke myself, but I don't really want to do that. But this is what it looks like, and it's a fingering weight, and so that is finally available. It is knitted, so that is finally available as far as I got the pictures taken and got it published over at Love Crafts. So, and the link to all my patterns is also, anything you want to look for, it's down below in the description box. Then I have my other finished objects, which I am extremely excited about. I finished my sweater. I sat up last night and this morning, 12:30 this morning, I finally finished weaving in the ends. I have knitted like almost half of this sweater this week. So you can see where my stitch marker is here. I went all the way here. So here it is. And I love the little gathers in the front. This little part here. I just think it makes it look so feminine looking. So, and I will stick some modeling shots in. Now when I put this on, this is a cotton linen blend. I did notice that the neck was a little looser than what I wanted because I was afraid of it being too tight. I didn't do the decreases it called for. So then I pulled out the trusty crochet hook and I did some single crochet around the collar. You can probably see it better in the back. Just echoing those same stripes. This was the last row of knitting, which was like dropped stitches here. And then I put in 2 rows of single crochet. And then I did the same thing to the sleeves. This was the last row of the knitting. And then I put 2 rows of single crochet. And then down at the bottom, because it wanted to curl, I didn't like the drop stitches at the bottom. I just never liked them. So I skipped them, but it still wanted to roll. So I did a shell stitch in 2 of the colors at the bottom. So there you can see it. And oh, little strings are still coming off. So I will stick a modeling shot in, just ignore the gray pants with the brown sweater. It just happened to be what I had on. So I will put that in so you can see what it looks like when I'm wearing it. So here is the sweater. And you can see I made the sleeves a little bit longer. They're just a cap sleeve. They don't go all the way down. And this comes here's my waist. So it comes just slightly past my waist. And there it is. And I love the little gathers right here in the front. Like I said, I feel like they make it look a little feminine, and they make it a little roomy for certain spots that need extra room. So there is my finished linen and cotton sweater. Now we have my work in progress. Now here's the funny thing. Look at the width. This is the bottom. I'm holding it upside down. Here's the width. Okay. Now my work in progress is a crocheted bulky sweater out of homespun yarn. Look how wide it looks. I didn't want to think that I was actually that wide, but sadly it fit. I'm actually, though, I keep saying actually, the sweater I just showed you that's knitted sits up a little higher. It ends more at my waistband. This I want to go down onto my hips a little bit. So I did make it a little bit wider. And the way I found gauge, because I'm actually not using a pattern, I measured my girth, which was a little bigger than what I would have liked to have it to be. But anyway, and then I did a gauge swatch. I am using a 6mm crochet hook, and I measured how many stitches I got to the inch, and then I multiplied that, which was 3. I got 3 stitches to the inch, and then I multiplied that times how many inches it took to go around me. So, believe it or not, I have an hourglass figure. It's just a very large hourglass. Now I have big hips. I have a big top, and I do have a little indentation that would be my waist. So it's an hourglass, just a large hourglass. It's a 24-hour hourglass. But anyway, so this is wide at the bottom, and I am going to taper it in by doing some decreases when I get to my waist, and then I'll taper it out again a little bit. So it's a little bit, I don't want it to be a boxy, at least I'm hoping it does not turn out to be a boxy looking sweater. I do not need to add to my bulk. So, yeah. Now the stitch I am using is a single crochet, and I'll explain why. Here is the bottom of the sweater, and it is so funny. This color of yarn, and it is called Sunday Stripes. As you can see, it has pink and like a tan and a kind of a pistachio green. I have the very first row is pistachio green, and then it goes to the pink. So it looks kind of weird. I've got one line of green, but whatever. So I was testing out some stitches. I started out by doing double crochet. Here's the double crochet at the bottom. It's definitely a little too open. I don't want to be flashing people. I don't want to have to wear something underneath this on top of how heavy this is going to be, because I have made a knitted sweater out of homespun before, and it was very warm. And crochet is a denser fabric, so it's going to be even warmer. So I don't want to have to wear something underneath. So I am doing single crochet so that it ends up pretty dense. And I've gotten probably 2.5 inches so far. It takes a while to go around at this point, sadly. So that is my progress on that. So my that's the end of my works in progress, but I need to take on some new knitting and crochet projects, because right now I only have the one project going on. So I am going to work on, I'm really excited about crocheting baskets. So if you remember my Lion Brand haul I got last week, I'm going to start using the clothesline and my yarn, and I want to experiment making baskets this week. And as far as knitting goes, my knitting projects, I have a new pattern I'm working on. I'm hoping to make a one skein wonder. In other words, a shawlette that's done with one skein of yarn. So lots of crafting happening. Oh, maybe I should show you the yarn that I'm going to make my new pattern with. That would be something to show you. Here it is. Now, when you saw Show and Tell, you saw Kim Garver, who is Appalachian Sock Company. I bought this from her when I went to her shop. It's got sparkles in it. You see? Oh, yeah, there you can see them. And then it came untwisted, but this is a mini skein, and it's like the perfect color of yellow. This was also dyed by her. They go together so well. And I wear a lot of this turquoisey color. So, Yes, these two together are going to be my one skein wonder. You're going, but Katrina, that's 2 skeins. It's little. I'm not counting it as a skein. Um, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I have some ideas. It's either going to be part of the edging or it's going to be borders in between sections on this. We shall see. You'll have to stay tuned to see what I turn out with this one. And I want to knit the pillows for my sofa. So those are my projects that are in the works. That's what I'm going to start on next. So now it's time to see what you all have been making this week. In my acquisitions, speaking of my clothesline basket, that's my acquisitions. I got 2 things of clothesline. I got them at Walmart. I think they were $1.98 each. And there is 50 feet of cotton clothesline. Yeah, it's called Diamond Braid Clothesline. 3/16 inch in diameter. 16 pounds. I'm not going to be carrying that much yarn in it. So anyway, I'm going to be crocheting around this to form baskets. Which brings me to Wednesday's video. There wasn't one this past week. I was hoping my Knit Crate order and my, I ordered some additional yarn from Knit Crate because they had to double down and I had a gift certificate. And so I basically just paid for the shipping. I paid $3 and some change for the shipping, and the yarn is on. It's supposed to be pre-shipped at this point, but it's saying pre-shipped for the last week. I'm also waiting for my first order of Yarn Rush to come in, and I really thought they would be here for last Wednesday, so that was going to be last Wednesday's video, and I waited till Tuesday night and it did not show up. So this Wednesday's video, if the yarn comes, it will be on what I got. If the yarn still hasn't arrived, I will do a tutorial on how to crochet around the clothesline. So those are some upcoming videos. And that's like it for my acquisitions. So we are already at the Come and Get It section. It's a really short podcast this week. The Dollar Tree still has all of the Premier yarn on sale. They have Just Yarn, Just Cotton yarn. You do have to buy 6 skeins for either of those. And they also have Premier Home, which is also a cotton yarn, but you only need to buy 3 of that, as that's the Dollar Tree, so it's $1 a skein. Leisure Arts, because I'm into baskets, I went looking for basket patterns and things like that. Leisure Arts has it's called, it's a baskets book. It's Baskets Crocheted. It's by Marley Bird. Now she does knitting and crochet patterns, and I have made a cabled cardigan that was done by Marley Bird that is absolutely gorgeous. It was probably my toughest knitting project I've ever done, but it's such a pretty sweater. It really turned out gorgeous. So anyway, she has a pattern book out for crocheted baskets. It's 4 baskets, and there's 3 sizes for each of the 4 baskets. And there's a pet bed. So yeah, you can make a puppy bed as well. And that book is $5.99. They don't make apparently a whole lot of knitted baskets. I went looking for them, couldn't find them. I think it's because knitting is just not as structured. It doesn't stand up on its own as easily as crochet does. So I thought, well, since I am knitting some pillows, I will look for some pillow patterns. So they have classic knit pillow designs. It's an E pattern, and it is on sale for, well, not really on sale. They are asking $5.99 for it, and it is 5 different patterns. Now, the other thing I got in the Lion brand last week was some yellow and blue yarn that I am going to make a plaid or checkered type of Afghan out of. And someone asked me, don't you need 3 colors to make a plaid? And I was like, possibly. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be 2. I've got it written up what I want to do. I just have to figure out the stitch I want to do it in. It is going to be crocheted, and I have 2 of the big 1-pound things of yarn to do it with that I will have to hold double. So even though they're 1,000, the Afghan itself is not going to be 2,000 yards. It's going to be 1,000 yards. So it's not going to be as huge as I was thinking it might turn out to. It'll be your average size Afghan because I'm holding them double. But it should be, because it'll be bulky when you're holding 2 together, so it should go pretty quick. But I just haven't decided what pattern I want to do as far as what stitch or anything. But it's coming. So anyway, Annie's. So anyway, Annie's has a celebration plaid Afghan crochet pattern, and it ranges in price from $4.99 to $6.99, depending on whether you get the an download or digital download or something like that. So it's $4.99 to $6.99. Lion brand, on the other hand, has some free basket patterns. I went over and looked, and there's some that are paid for, but there are actually some free patterns over there too. So I have an idea what I'm going to do for my basket, but I might go over there and look for some tips and tricks before I get started. And Lion brand just tends to run flash sales, so I always post those on the YouTube channel, and then I send them over to Facebook. Just to let you know, if you see a posting from me and it's in yellow, it's a sale of some kind. And Lion brand has been running several of them lately. They ran one on Friday that was for their Heavenly hand-dyed yarn. And no, I did not buy any. I have plenty of hand-dyed yarn at this point. So I don't need any of that. But yeah, those are my plans for the future. Create for Less has Lily Sugar and Cream Cotton for $2.59, and that includes the scrub off yarn, you know, the type that has a little bit of texture to it for scrubbing. That's the same price. And then Knit Picks also has a lot of basket patterns. Apparently crochet baskets are fairly popular. I didn't even post, I'm not even going to show you a picture for Knit Picks because there were so many of them, and I can't say there wasn't any that I didn't like, but there were quite a few baskets available on Knit Picks. I don't think they were free patterns, but they had a lot to choose from. So that is, I guess, officially it for this week. So thank you again for watching, and don't forget to watch Wednesdays to see whether we learn how to crochet around clothesline, or if you get to see yarn. It's going to be one or the other. Not sure which one yet, but yes, that will be Wednesday's video, and in 2 weeks we will be announcing a giveaway for the upcoming 200th episode. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and I will talk to you later.